In the living room, Mom and Dad, eyes red, carefully sent Stella back to her room. I watched, my heart suddenly aching. Should we let Ivy out? Dad's voice was soft. Mom was silent for a long time. Let her endure it a bit longer. Mom finally spoke, her voice so exhausted, it seemed to take all her strength. At least, let Stella spend this birthday peacefully. Just this one day. The last day. I saw Mom raise her hand to wipe her eyes. Ivy will understand. She seemed to be convincing herself. After Stella's gone, we'll definitely make it up to her. Dad said nothing more, just walked to the kitchen, took a small piece of bread from the cupboard, and walked toward me. Ivy, he said softly to the door. Dad brought you some bread. Eat something. Don't go hungry. I floated in front of him and crouched down to look at him. His eyes were very red. The wrinkles at the corners deeper than last year. White hair already showing at his temples. He was only 40 this year, but looked like he was 50. Dad, I'm right here. I died. Won't you come in and look at me? Ivy? He called again. I reached out to touch his face. My fingers passed through his body. Sigh. Dad sighed and stood up disappointedly. This child? Still sulking. He pushed the bread further through the door crack. Just stay in there and behave. Don't make trouble. After your sister is gone, Dad will definitely make it up to you. I didn't wait for him to discover me. I looked at his retreating back and said softly, you don't need to, Dad. You don't need to make it up to me. You'll never have the chance. After Dad left, the hallway fell silent again. Soft sounds came from the living room. Mom came out of Stella's room, gently closed the door, and stood in the hallway in a daze. She looked at the storage room door, her lips pressed tightly together, as if struggling with something. Finally, she walked over and crouched where Dad had just crouched. Ivy. Her voice was soft. Don't blame Mom, okay? Mom knows you feel wronged, she continued, her fingers unconsciously picking at splinters on the door panel. But Stella only has one day left. Just let her have this. Let her leave happy, okay? I floated in front of her, seeing moisture at the corners of her eyes. She raised her hand and wiped quickly, as if afraid someone would see. After Stella's gone, Mom will make your favorite burgers, a whole plate, all for you. Her voice grew smaller and smaller, finally becoming almost a murmur. I'll buy you a new dress, the kind with bows. You've always wanted one, haven't you? Mom will take you to the amusement park, ride the carousel, ride the roller coaster. Didn't you say all your classmates have been there except you? Her tears finally fell, hitting the old hallway tiles and spreading into small dark spots. I'll give you everything, everything. So just today, don't make trouble, okay? I reached out, wanting to wipe away her tears. She waited for a while. The storage room remained silent. The sadness on Mom's face slowly faded, replaced by a kind of anger. She suddenly stood up, stumbling because the movement was too abrupt. This child, so inconsiderate, she muttered quietly, her voice thick with tears. Doesn't think about her parents at all. Raised you all these years for nothing. She turned and walked away quickly, her back stiff. As evening came, the sky gradually darkened. Mom came out of the kitchen, carrying a small basket with a red cloth inside, along with some colored paper and scissors, birthday decorations prepared for Stella. She'd just reached the living room when the doorbell rang. It was Grandma. Grandma held a cloth bag, bulging and full. Seeing Mom, she forced a smile. Mom, why are you here? Mom was a bit surprised and quickly stepped aside to let Grandma in. I came to see Stella. Grandma's voice was somewhat hoarse. She put the cloth bag on the table and took out several apples and some pastries. Tomorrow is the child's birthday. I came to see her. Stella's resting in her room, Mom said, taking the things from Grandma's hands. Please sit. I'll call her. No need. Let her rest properly. Grandma sat down on the sofa, her gaze sweeping around the living room, her brow furrowing slightly. Where's Ivy? Why don't I see Ivy? Mom's expression changed instantly.